offer transfer fee. Right. Okay. Oh, no! No, 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 no! Oh, damn! I've just offered €1 for Buffon. Hello and welcome back to another pricey HD video. Today we've got another career mode video. FIFA 18 has finally landed for me. Yes, I'm one of these idiots who waits until September the 29th for the normal release because I don't want to pay £70 for FIFA. So, here we are at the very start of our brand new career mode series here on Pricey HD. I want this year to be something special. I want to improve the quality of the content that I've got here on Pricey HD, the consistency of the content that I've got here on Pricey HD, but more importantly, make my videos quality over quantity. I'm not going to be bashing out a video every day. It's just not possible for me in the situation I'm in at the moment, but hopefully every video you'll look forward to. It won't just be me talking in front of a screen. They'll be edited well. They'll be more unique, and hopefully they will just have a higher production value in the sense that this series is a UEFA Champions League exclusive. I'm testing what the waters would be like if FIFA 18 did have a Champions League license from UEFA, and how that would affect the aesthetics of the game, how it would affect the tone and the feeling and atmosphere, most importantly, when you go into a European night. On FIFA Career Mode, you just don't get that sense of buzz when you enter a European night that you really should. You don't hear the Champions song playing. So you really want to kind of communicate that in this series, and that is exactly what I'm going to be doing. But let's do the first thing as we do first thing first, and we are looking at the board expectations that we've got at Paris Saint-Germain. The reason that I chose Paris was because last season, bowing out of the Champions League in an almost terrifying manner and hitting a situation that was almost, well, quite negative for them because they'd not won the Ligue 1 for the first time in their history. And for the first time in their history, for the first time in a few seasons, if it was the first time in their history, bloody hell. And they hadn't really been as successful as they'd have liked to have been in the Champions League. Hence, what happened this summer. The Neymar signing, £200 million almost, and it was the most incredible move in footballing history. I don't think it's quite sunk into anyone's mind yet that the transfer record has been more than doubled. And that is an unbelievable fact. And I can't wait now to see how Neymar can play. Only being founded in 1970, this is a really relatively new side. The domestic success is critical, continental success critical, and brand exposure critical, obviously. Financial very low, which is excellent. We're going to be splashing the cash this year. We want to see how we can just buy players, because this is what I'm planning is this is going to be a one-season Champions League strive for victory, and if we don't win it, I'll do something else, maybe come back to it then, but this is primarily just, this isn't a youth development career mode. I'm just going all out. I don't do it often in career mode. Normally I do long-term career modes, but this time I thought, why not, just to get this season started, why not just go all out, spend some cash, get the best players in the world in the squad. There is players in this PSG squad that have a lot of potential. I don't care. They can stay on the subs bench because I need quality right now, and that is exactly what we're going to be doing in this series. Right, so I think this is probably the best manager match that you're going to get for Unai Emery. So we're going to go with this one. It hasn't got the almost iconic slick back hair. Setting up in the Champions League now, I've set all the official group stage teams in their official groups, which means we have got Bayern Munich, Celtic, and Anderlecht in our group. Right, okay, so pre-season tournament-wise, you're not going to be seeing me play this, mainly because the way that this series works is I'm going to be simulating every game apart from the Champions League games, but I might play it if we get to the final, just so I can get, one, a feel for my team, and two, just a sense of FIFA this year, because obviously I have played very little. I've only played the introduction game that you get between Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid. Won that 4-1. It was really easy, actually. Maybe it was only on semi-pro by default, I'm not sure. But ultimately, we will be advancing and doing a pre-season tournament, because if we can get a little bit of prize money, even if we're just simulating, that will be all dandy and fine. This year in career mode, they've got some great little news feed style breaking news bulletins. Taking a look at our squad very quickly, this is the first team lineup that I've organised for Paris Saint-Germain. Now, we've got Trapp in goal, mainly because he is 82 rated, which means he's actually better than Areola, although Areola is rather young and could grow rather high. Kevin Trapp is the man that we will be starting this off with. But you can see, like I said, this career mode isn't about potential. So although you've got two keepers who are, relatively young for keepers and could grow further, I'm not bothered, to be honest. I think we need to look to bring a new keeper in, because that is one of the weakest areas on the field, rating-wise. Marquinhos and Silva are the defensive partnerships. Again, two very solid players. And I don't really care that Silva's 32 years old, again, because this is only a very short career mode tournament this year. We've got Alves on the right-back position. Again, an older player, but a very, very good one, undeniably. Kazawa is at left-back, a player with slightly higher potential, and I would probably consider actually thinking about replacing him with a higher-rated left-back if it wasn't for the beautiful stats that he has. Look at that. If we could get free kick accuracy up to 60, he is literally all yellow, majority green. That is just stunning. In CDM, if I can get to him, I did just... Oh, there we go. Motta. Now, he is someone who I am not too keen on playing first team anymore. He is somewhat of a legend at PSG, I suppose. 34 years old. He's been there a few years now, I believe, unless I'm very much mistaken. Quite a few years. And he is certainly a player that will be a great fill-in, I think. You got Verratti, a player that is going to be key this year for us in our squad. I really, really hope that we can get Verratti scoring goals, because it is, well, a priority to get Verratti on the ball as much as possible in that centre-mid position, being that tactician that he is, and whipping out a few goals and assists as well. Rabiot is the next man. Again, a very young, very high potential player. He's someone who I would love to have in a long-term career mode. In this, don't get me wrong, 81, solid player, can really fit into the team very well. But again, I think maybe if we buy one new centre-mid, that would probably be the best option, as opposed to replacing both of the 81 rated central midfielders. Bear in mind, we might not even stick with the 4-3-3 yet, I'm not entirely sure, but it seems to utilise the front three very well. Now, we've got Neymar on the left-hand side, an obvious keep. I'm not going to be selling Neymar, 1, because I can't, and 2, because he is just stunning. 4-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves, left wing, right-footed to cut in on that right-hand side, and just fantastic stats all round. Even his strength is now at 53. So he is going to be our main man. The £200 million signing, obviously. The other winger is Angel Di Maria at right wing, 85 rated. Again, some very nice rounded stats. But we've got a few alternatives here, because although he's very high rated, he might be going down in rating. Again, I'm not too bothered about age, but he is slightly old now. 29, not old, but you know what I mean. So whether he's going to be main right mid, I'm not sure, because the other big signing for PSG, only on loan I believe at the moment, the 18-year-old Mbappe, and he's only 83 rated, but for 18 years of age, again, it's really difficult to say because he could get up to about 85, 86 this year. So if he does do his job and does play really well, I can't see why I shouldn't use him, even though he's not quite as high rated. 1, because he's clearly a player designed for FIFA. Just look at the stats. He is clearly designed to suit FIFA. I know that this year's play is slightly more tactical, actually. I noticed in the introduction game, I was passing it a lot more, playing some much nicer football than 17. But ultimately, pace is still important because players without pace run slower this year. Players with pace are more important because they run just as fast. So you don't get players like, I don't know, Thiago Silva catching up with Neymar, for example. Even though that doesn't happen, does it, anymore? And just to show you that transfer fund, it's sitting at 227 million. Obviously, the wage budget's quite low in comparison. So let's just put it down to around 65-35, which is normally what I think works best. Oh, no! My OCD will be flying through the roof. I cannot do that. Great. Youth player objectives. Sign 1 youth player to the senior team. Again, I would be interested if I was planning on staying at PSG. I'm a short-term guy. I'm just a person looking just for the glory in one season. Don't tell the board that, but that's suddenly what I'm going to be looking for. Sorry? 1 minute, just receiving a phone call. Hello? Yep. No, I do have my long-term commitment to the club. Don't get me wrong. Oh, you're surveying me constantly. Isn't that some kind of privacy invasion? Oh, I signed it away when I signed the contract. Okay. Okay, I will consider the youth development. I won't really. Yeah, did you hear that too? No? Well, that's good. Anyway, so. Yep. I understand that. Completely. Right, okay. There we go. Just put the phone down. That was slightly awkward. It turns out, I've lost all rights to my own privacy in my own home. Because I signed that away when I signed the contract. Continental success, Champions League, win the league. Well, the cup. So that is my priority. That is what this series is all about. So taking a look in the transfer hub now. We are in our little hub. Now, we've got a selection of players from the majority positions on the field. And this one, Buffon, a club legend, will almost certainly not literally leave the club. But at such a cheap value, it's almost like I'd love to. I don't care whether he goes down a few stats. 87, even if he gets down to 87, 85 because of his rating, I would love to bring Buffon to the club. The problem is, as I mentioned before, he is pretty much... What? Oh, God. I don't know how I did that. He is pretty much a one-club player. he almost certainly won't be interested in joining us, and his wage is quite high because of the fact that he's so highly rated. But obviously the more reliable options, possibly, De Gea or Black. Well, not reliable, that's the worst choice of words, actually. Looking at our selection of left-backs that we've got on the list, again, because we've only got 2 left-backs, and both of them are just 80 and 79 rated, I believe. Although Kazawa's got excellent potential, again, short-term, he's good, he's very good, but he's not what I need right now. So I'd like to get into the 85 regions, and I think I could do that with one of these 3. Alaba would also fit in at centre-back, so this might be the man that I go for, but he is also the most expensive, bar Alexandro, so in fact, no, he is the most expensive value-wise, although he's the cheapest on the wage, so we'll have to be very cautious, because we do only have 200 million odd euros. I have chosen to use euros in this game. Now, I would love to bring N'Golo Kante to the club, just because he's what we need. An absolute hard-working CDM, and I would love to bring him back to Ligue 1, even though we won't be playing with him in the Ligue 1, because he is a French player, so that suits the league, and although he has a very, very high value, he would be an excellent option. Funnily enough, another player I'd like to bring back to PSG is Zlatan Ibrahimovic, slightly cheaper. Weekly wage is very high, but slightly cheaper on the transfer value, mainly because obviously he's slightly older as well at the age of 35, just slightly. He will be going down quite rapidly, but he knows PSG inside out. Again, in real life, wouldn't choose to do this, almost certainly not, because he's probably going to retire either next season or move to a lower league club next season. I'm not actually sure what he's actually doing, because he just seems to live forever, this bloke. But I don't want to see him just play badly at football ever. So I'd prefer to see him move to a lower tier club before he ends up playing badly at Man U, if you know what I mean. So let's go into negotiations with Buffon and see whether this is actually possible. This is brand new to me. Never done it before. It's very exciting, isn't it? First, let's get on the same page on what type of deal we want to discuss. Offer transfer fee. Right. Okay. Oh, no! No, 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 no! Oh, damn! I've just offered €1 for Buffon. No! What the hell? That is not even my fault. I'm genuinely thinking about going back into an order save. That is not my fault. That is just bad luck. This is unbelievable. I don't know what to do. Right, you could argue that this is, well, cheating. But I think I was rather unlucky there. I don't like the system using the almost journey-like analog system on this game. I would much prefer just to have a list and use the arrow keys, because that really messed me up, as you can see. So I have decided to go back to an autosave. Luckily, the autosave, unfortunately, wasn't an autosave as recent as the... Oh, player swap, that's interesting. Wasn't an autosave as recent as the shortlisted players. However, it was an autosave as recent as the team management done, so I'll have to shortlist all the players, redo the training and everything that I did behind the scenes. But let's not offer €1 this time. Let's see whether a player swap would be considered by Juventus. If I offer Areola, let's see what is said here, because his value is a lot less. We're looking to bring in a right back, so although logically they would want a player, I mean, that makes no sense to me, but let's go in with a straight offer of 5 million. Submit that. I know, I've got the hang of it now, don't worry guys, I've got the hang of it. That's a reasonable good offer from the start. I want to go just over his value, because I know how players can just walk out. We're happy with the terms, get all the paper. Oh. Okay, maybe I went slightly too high there. But I genuinely... tell me whether I'm a stupid idiot or what. Well, I am. But tell me whether I'm a stupid idiot or what. Not for the fact that I offered €1 for Buffon and then just decided to cheat. But come on, in real life that would never happen. If he offered €1, I don't know how he would accidentally say that. But then he would certainly amend it before the bloke walked out. So, if we're thinking about this in a technical term here, Buffon probably wouldn't join just out of the fact that he's a club legend. I am very sorry, Juventus fans. I'm probably betraying some kind of unspoken FIFA law. So, ultimately, what I'm going to do here is see whether I can get Buffon. Because 5 million, it's such a good deal. And I get that he's 39 years of age, but again, this is a one-season career mode. As long as he stays above at 85 rated and doesn't go down that quickly, it would definitely be crucial. I promise he can be the first name on the team sheet and have a starring role throughout the season. Great, that's what we were hoping for. My client is happy with the role you're offering him. Shall I do like little acting voices where I insert like different voices to make it as if they're speaking even though they're not? We're making good progress. Now let's agree on how many years you want to sign for us. Again, I'm only bothered about bringing him a 1-year deal. He is 39 years of age. If he doesn't want that, then hopefully he doesn't just walk out and we can offer him a 2-year deal if he would prefer. Yes, that's what we were after. Okay, again, that's brilliant. My client isn't considering adding a release clause. Again, that's fine. We don't want to insert a release clause. Okay, moving on. Discuss his wages. Believes he deserves 135,000. Now that's an increase on his current wage. Now let's counter. Edit wage signing. So, editing this. Let's bring it down to 120, I'd say. Just meeting in the middle of his original wage. Signing bonus. Let's say 550. I'm not that stingy at PSG, but I'm kind of out here, aren't I? Let's see what they say to that. If you're really interested in signing my client, okay. So, let's take a look. Is it the same now? Yeah, it is. Okay. So, let's just accept it, because he's not going to join otherwise. That's a reasonably good deal. We've spent £5 million, so immediately here, I think that's probably the best option out of all of them, because we've spent so little money. In any other career mode, it wouldn't make sense, but we are on purposely doing this as a one-season career mode. So it makes a lot more sense to do such a thing, mainly because, one, he's literally one of the highest rated keepers on the game anyway, and two, we have bought him for one of the cheapest values you can ever find. So I'm really happy with that, actually, but it does mean we could actually accumulate a bit more money, possibly by selling Trapp or Areola. It doesn't really matter which one, whichever one we could get any more money for, because to be honest, unless Buffon goes down rapidly, I'd probably be more interested in selling Areola, unless he increases rapidly and goes above Trapp's level, because we might need a substitute. I'm not really sure how keeper fitness works this year, but being 39 years of age, he's not injury prone, but his stamina isn't great, obviously. So, no keeper's stamina are great. I mean, Areola's worse, but it might be in our best interests to keep a Trapp over Areola. It's difficult, but I would like to accumulate a bit more cash by selling at least one of these, and probably the scamps as well. So, if we do sort out our transfer list, because we can't really sell many players at the moment, because we're almost at minimum squad limit, but that's our first transfer done, and it is on the cards already. Done, completed, successful. Luckily, we didn't offer €1 this time. Again, if you aren't happy with me doing that, then, well, I don't care, to be honest. It was an accident. I was learning the game, and it was a mistake. So, I think I'm well within my right to have reset the save. And I think I'm going to have to wrap up this episode here, because it's been a very long one. I do hope you did enjoy watching this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like down below and subscribe for FIFA 18 content, because boy am I ready to be pulping it out. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video very soon.